And welcome to my new Let's Play of Portal 2. This is widely considered to be one of the greatest games of all time, and I'm inclined to agree. I first played this game on the PS3 a few years ago, around 2012, and now it's almost the 10th anniversary of this game, so I figured now would be a great time to finally revisit it for a Let's Play.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor. Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art. You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed. Good morning. You have been in suspension for 9999999. This courtesy call.
Hello?
Is to inform you that
Anyone
all
in
test
there?
Subjects should vacate the enrichment
Hello?
center immediately. Any test subject.
Are you? Oh, God. You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you? Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Prepare. That's all I'm saying. Prepare. It's all fine. All right? Don't move. I'm going to get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice. Up to you. You all right down there? Can you hear me? Hello? Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind, say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there? You still holding on? The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation center stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, see, no, I hear that one. Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's going to ask, don't worry, but if if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive. Alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there. On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're gonna need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready. Good news, that is not a docking station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes, not bullet holes. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time. Good luck.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to circumstances of potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control. However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse. The portal will open and emergency testing will begin in 3, 2, 1.
So, I really like the opening of Portal 2 because it basically puts us in a dilapidated version of the original Aperture Science lab. I really like this framework for this tutorial, actually. I also really like the writing, which is why I let that play out without any interruption.
Cube and button-based testing remains an important tool for science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim. You have just passed through an Aperture Science material emancipation grill, which vaporizes most Aperture Science equipment that touches it.
So yeah, Portal as a series is basically a puzzle game, but with very clever writing, and I think this is where Portal 2 excels, even over the first game, which I really like. The writing is kind of in a league of its own, I would say.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
So, this is kind of like our first major puzzle. We have these little buttons that open up portals, so we need to figure out a way to get that cube onto that switch. So, let's open up this portal here, and then we can get the cube over here and take it over to the other side. But yeah, I really like the aesthetic of this level, how in the first game the test chambers are very neatly organized, and now they're all overgrown and falling apart. I just really like that detail. And with that, we have opened the doors. So now we need to switch the portal over there and go through. So that is...
Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt.
So yeah, that's one test chamber taken care of. This is going to be an interesting series to commentate because of how much dialogue there is, and I'll do my best to not talk over too much of it, because the dialogue really is part of what makes Portal 2 so special.
If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
Hey! You made it! There should be a portal device on that podium over there. I can't see it, though. Maybe it fell off. Do you want to go and have a quick look? Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive? If that's important, that's do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead. I'll wait for you for an hour, then I'll come back, and as soon as I can locate your dead body, alright, brilliant. Go team! See you in an hour, hopefully. If you're not dead.
So we have our first portal gun. So this one only makes blue portals, so we have to rely on orange portals already around the area to actually progress. So very similar to the first game, they kind of ease you into the mechanics by only letting you make one type of portal. I think that's really smart level design in terms of, again, making the mechanics a little bit easier to understand initially, and then they ramp up the difficulty once you can make both colors of portals.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the laws of robotics to share. Good. If you feel that a lethal military android has not respected your rights as detailed in the laws of robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
So yeah, so far so good. It's not too difficult, but it will get a lot tougher later on.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Yeah, this looks very familiar. But yeah, I like having the earlier test chambers from the first game as kind of a way to reacclimate to the controls and everything. I think that's a really cool design choice. But yeah, I actually played Portal 2 first, so I didn't actually get the references when I first played this game. Now it's very apparent because Portal 1 is actually one of my most replayed games ever, actually.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
So, like I mentioned, I played the PS3 version not too long after release. I want to say within the first couple years or so, and I really liked it. So, many years later, I would play Portal on Steam, and also rebuy the game for Xbox through the Orange Box collection, so I could do that Let's Play. So yeah, it's one of my most replayed games because Portal 1 is really short. Like, I can finish it probably in under like an hour and a half. So, Portal 2 is a much longer game, so I tend to not replay it very often. The first time I actually replayed it since my first playthrough was actually a test playthrough for this Let's Play. So yeah, this is only the third time I've played this game.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
Alright, so, I'm trying to remember some of these test chambers because, again, having only played this game a couple times, especially in comparison to the first game, this is not entirely blind, but it's definitely not as practiced as my playthrough of the first game. I do really like this game, but it's in a very different way than Portal 1. I like Portal 1 as a fairly breezy experience, but Portal 2 I think is better as an overall well-rounded game, if that makes sense. So what are we trying to do here? We're trying to get another cube, I think, so let's drop another one down. And that fell into the water, so let's try something different and press this button to raise up that platform, so now we have both, and should be good to go. So yeah, it is very cleverly designed, but even beyond just the clever level design, there is so much more to Portal 2 specifically.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts. This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
So this is when things start to get really fun, because we need to use portals to launch ourselves using momentum, like so. Pretty easy, and I guess there's more to it. We have to actually get the cube now, so let's drop that down, and now go through that process again, but carrying this cube with us. I actually might try to drop it like that, so I don't have to worry about carrying it across, but this isn't exactly easy though. So yeah, overall, Portal 2 is a game that's really fun. It's just not a game I go back to as frequently as the first game because of how much longer it is. It's definitely very similar in style, but it has a lot of unique attributes that make it kind of stand out even as a sequel. So yeah.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
That's what I was going to say. So yeah, so far so good. We've made it through quite a few test chambers already, but we have quite a few more to go. So I think I'm going to call things here for now. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Portal 2.